Wow. Boy, did I just read the article of the year. Oh. What's something that you've touched recently that is about 8 inches and you thought it was really cute? Well, if you said giant snail, you are correct. Giant snails are everywhere now. They're hitting the internet like a storm. And a storm is usually a bad thing. But when you have something as cute as this looking back at you, I don't think you can be sad. Today, an article was released from the doodoo.com about these gigantic snails, and oh, how adorable can they ever be. They are literally the size of your hand or your face or your head or helmets or other things that are similar to those sizes. In this article, it went through and told us all kinds of crazy, bizarre information, but the only thing I read and saw were giant snails, so I kept reading. Was it newsworthy? No. Was it super dope and cool? It was lit. First time I saw this article, I was like, whoa, keep that science fiction away from me, bro. But then I said, you know what? I don't think these pictures are fake. In fact, I've never even once come across a fake picture on the internet anyway. So I dug a little deeper. I did some research. A quick Google search images showed that it was true. So if you need to verify this information, just go to Google and type it in. It's not hard, but I wanted to share with you how really cool it would be to have a giant snail. Yes, they are a problem if you have plants. Don't have plants and snails. It's dangerous. They eat the plants, and then they turn the plants that they eat into their own little poo-poo. And it causes all kinds of problems. And you know, they said it couldn't be done. They said, giant snail, please stay out of America's ecosystem. Just get out of here. In fact, it happened so hard that in 1975, they were thought to be eradicated. But these goofy fools came right on back. And now they're roaming around in Florida because people keep shoving them outside their houses. All up before this past few years, people didn't know they could be in Florida. They were originally somewhere in Africa. But due to humans and people being like, hey, I have a pet snail, it's gigantic, I should release it to the wild, make more pet snails. That is not how ecosystems work. It's not how. You have to do the other stuff. They're not native here. So now we have this giant snail epidemic, and people are just claiming them as pets. Some people are calling them pests. Well, put that thought to rest, because in my heart, they are the best. I do know this as well. When they push their snails outside, the snails have babies, and then bigger babies are born. And when these bigger babies get born, bigger babies of babies get bigger than that. And there's so many big baby snails. And these big baby snails are so big that it's interesting. If you're a struggling insect, if you're a struggling larvae, if you're struggling any sort of creature looking for work, try getting bigger. Because the second you start getting bigger, the more people start to really notice. And I really think it'd be beneficial for you. Because before today, I'd have thought snails didn't exist. I'd have thought they were fake. I only knew a snail from SpongeBob. Little Gary. He was a cutie pie, but guess what? Didn't think he was real. French people, this is a message to you specifically. I know you love your escargot, but let's keep it at an escargot for now. Because these snails are so cute. They're becoming dogs, practically. Snail dogs, slogs. If you're a snail and you're watching this, feel free to text, call, or email me. I'm really wanting to get an interview set up. I want to know what it's like to be you. As if the snail wasn't already doing enough for society. Turns out, and it was a total mind shock and blow to me, snails are also very progressive. They have both male and female parts. It just goes to show they're not transphobic, which is really good in 2018, because when we have people saying bad things about other people for no reason, I'm glad the snails are taking a stance. I do hate to say this next part because it really does sadden me. No, you and me, we can't just own these snails. Yes, they're part of the illegal pet trade. Yeah, you can't legally own a giant snail because apparently they're really bad for the environment. But you know what? There's about 100 snails outside right now just begging for a home. Let in your snails. Be their friend. Hug them. Kiss them. Show the world your love for the snail community. I'm Brandon Fleming. I really appreciate you guys watching this video. Like, share, please subscribe. I have to beg for that. And if you get a chance, please send me a snail in the mail so I can really see what it's like to own one. Bye now. Snails are so fun that I think I'd have fun if I had one. Hugging a snail would probably feel like hugging a really wet, wacky, inflatable, flailing arm tube man.